Let's go! Game for third, $600 to earn, and of course the bronze medal here at NeXT Winter. It's Foggy versus Lin. Nice little classic. These guys have been battling since 2016, basically, when Lin came back from the army and Foggy was going to GCS. Foggy kicked him out, ruined the return of Lin, and since then they had many battles. Lin oftentimes getting the upper hand. Also a little better when it comes to elo points currently, but this is one of the hardest Foggies that we've seen in a long time. Does Lin care about third places? That's the question here. Can Foggy overcome the War Chief of the Horde? And can Lin overcome his weakest matchup once again? Let's go. Let's cast some Warcraft.
I know you just said this is the hottest Foggy we've seen in a long time, but I understood this is the hardest Foggy we've seen in a long time. Made me giggle.
Filthy, it has been filthy Remo.
It has been a couple of difficult, you may say hard matches for Foggy recently against Lin. They've met quite a few times this year and before, and the last 9 encounters all went to Lin. Is it time for Mr. Harry Potter, Mr. Foggy, to get that revenge now?
Would be nice, and we see Lin changing up his style compared to the game against Lawlight, because it's no CORSAIR opening this time. He's going back to Blade on this map.
Yeah, I always felt like Blade worked out really well on this map. If you go for the shop early, go to the middle, and then go for the consumables, you can be pretty not certain of finding Sentry Wards or Wand of Illusion, but you have a good chance. But if I see that right, it's going to be a bit of a delayed shop. So first creeping at the green camp perhaps for those claws, and then going into the middle. Echo Isles can be a pretty tough map for the Keeper to get that level 3, which as always is going to be a crucial point in this game.
I'm very curious about this choice, because he was destroying Lawlight pretty much with a CORSAIR on this map, and now against Foggy he's switching it up. I really wonder why.
Yeah, maybe he feels like Lawlight is such an expert at Keeper Hunts Expo that he wants to take a gamble and go for the CORSAIR. And maybe he's so confident he's like, well, against Foggy I don't need any fancy pants, bells and whistles. I just need to play Blade Master Standard and that should be good enough.
Okay, yeah, that might be a reason for that. Foggy, how good is his Night Elf versus Orc is the question. I think it's not as polished as Moons or colorful, but he can be really good nonetheless. Of course, in Europe he doesn't really need that matchup, as there are no strong orcs anymore.
Yeah,
but in all the Asian tournaments,
I don't want to say his Night Elf versus Orc is bad, because it's not, but I think we can still be extreme enough to say it's by far his worst matchup.
Yes,
that's because his other matchups are so good. His matchup against Undead and Night Elf Mirror is unbelievable, and also his matchup against Human is also really good. And his Orc matchup definitely lags behind, but he's still dangerous, as every Night Elf is. Unlike the items that the Blade Master found, Cloak and Ring. That's the beginning you don't want to find with the Blade.
That's the anti-nuts indeed. On the other side, Mantle, pretty nice. Lightning Shield can be used for creeping, also very nice. And it's staff time. We are waiting for something. Little delay on the overlay. It is staff time.
And Lin giving up the staff really easily. Normally Lin's early game movement is always on point. Here it doesn't seem to be. He ran to the green camp. There was nothing to be done there. Normally on this map specifically, the Blade Master can reliably get the staff. You wait for nighttime, go to the shop, wait for the staff. If the Keeper shows up, you wake up the creeps, go into Windwalk, and the Keeper has to run. And you will be the one to get the staff. So Lin either didn't care much about getting the staff here, or he simply had a bit of a wrong read here in this early game.
Yeah, he also doesn't have mirror image, which of course is always a mistake, but he can't get out of any entangles at the moment. Not much mobility, not much scouting ability. Got the dust at least, but yeah, I might have seen, okay, I'm a little too late for that. Foggy now creeping with the lightning shield, stealing this so important camp away that you usually want to save for your second hero.
Lin is gonna get the cancel, but it comes at the price of a lot of experience. Foggy knows he can safely creep up. Has the double ring combo, which is extremely good, especially for an alchemist later, which should certainly be joining. Oh, he's getting level 3 already from this camp. Man, that was quick. Wait a minute, did Lin not even cancel the expo?
He did, but Foggy rebuilt it immediately.
Yeah, and he heads south, and he knows the keeper must have been somewhere. He was, in fact, here. And now a full level advantage for Foggy, starting into this series quite well.
I agree. This best of 3 set here, first to 2 once again, then the best of 5 grand final. And let's go into the base. It's kind of vintage Foggy. This is similar to how he destroyed Lin 5 years ago, by just constant pressure into the base.
Losing 2 grunts here, that will be a big disaster. 1 going down, I think that's kind of recoverable. Shadowhunter comes in, trying to defend his friend. Has to pick a first skill here momentarily. Next Entangle not quite ready yet. Has to go heal wave to save the grunt.
Okay, easy staff out, and he can still go for his Tuska. He still has to creep his expansion. There's a lot he can do in the north. And yeah, Lin basically has only one option, right? That's the Tuska camp. Very predictable. And heal wave first is not the greatest first spell.
Yeah, the natural being crept away already makes creeping beyond this for Lin quite difficult. Because there's no Serpent Wards and there's no third grunt, the Blade Master has to take part here in this creeping and will soak experience away from the Shadowhunter. Lin is trying to pull back the grunts to be safe, but guess what? They're running right into the waiting arms of Foggy, who's right over there. Oh my goodness. At least 1 more grunt going down.
That's a rough early game, man. Same goes for Lin as we said about Foggy. This is by far his weakest matchup, just because he's so good in all the others. And it kind of shows. Maybe it feels a little careless, really. Against Lawlight, this was all a little better.
Yeah, it's very easy to misstep in this early game, have a couple of wrong reads, move a little bit incorrectly, and suddenly you're super far behind. The thing is, we never really see that from Lin. But even to him, this can happen. He's trying now, I think, to counter-expand, but boy oh boy, is he far behind.
And it's not getting much better here. Alchemist creeping starts, you can move into the middle then, contest this. Blade Master will cancel the entangle, but there's a scout, there's an acid bomb, there's focus fire, yikes. Looks like a save mid-game.
Alchemist gets to level 2, will be given these rings pretty soon, I would predict.
Foggy's putting on the screws here. Oh, finally level 2. That must be Serpent Wards then. Or Lin feels so desperate that he goes for Hex and Hero Focus, which is not too likely. With 1 good fight, he can still come back into this when Foggy is overcommitting.
He misclicked the Lightning Shield. He used it on the creep, taking more damage on the grunts.
Oh, yikes.
Lin with a rough game 1 over here. 3rd place match, perhaps not that much of a priority for him. We've seen him play much better than this before.
And if we want to go for Hero Focus, then this Ankh is preventing the kill. Supply-wise, not looking too great. Level-wise, Lin still has some work to do. And Foggy has to take no risk. This is so comfortable now. He knows it's up to Lin to change the game around. Foggy's not doing any big mistakes. That he's in a very, very comfortable position. And these Shaman are already getting kind of caught.
Back into the corner. Can Lin fight his way out over here? He's got some Lightning Shield doing a decent job. 1 Hunter is going to go down. The Shaman is still protected. Level 3 for the Shadow. Ankh going to be needed in a moment, as it seems. Alchemist going to drop. Not having the rings on the Alchemist. Definitely a clear mistake here by Foggy.
Yeah, always very attackable by physical damage. But he's willing to trade. And he's willing to take out the Shaman. That reduces the number of the spells. And that increases the power of Entangle. And Treants, of course. And now Dust settles, and we do have a decently strong Lin, but without any casters.
Yeah, Shaman Doom remake quickly. That's the upside here, I guess. Lin is counter expanding. I think it's still far from finished. That was a good trade for the Orc, though. Lin continuing to creep in the middle. Getting the heal score here now would also be a big deal. There should be 2 in stock, but Lin not quite having that much gold here.
Yeah, and kind of want an army, kind of want more shaman back. It's rough. Is there an wow? If there's an expansion plan by Lin, Foggy got that figured out, and there's maybe an AP or an Engine of War the south already at this expansion. Big mana potion on the Alchemist, lots of healing.
Lots of healing soon, also from the Shadow, level 3.5 or 3.4 it is. Level 4 for the Shadowhunter is a huge level up. If you're playing in a defensive position, trying to hold on at the expansion with level 4 Shadow and a shop, it's amazing what wonders that hero can do with Heal Wave and Serpent Wards. However, getting now that level 4, not so easy. Lin would love to go to the red camp, but might be getting caught.
He's definitely exposed. There's a little choke you have to push through, but yeah, you can fortify that with Serpent Wards maybe. So Foggy retreats, goes to the shop, continues to creep the middle. And then with heal scrolls or invo potions, I guess, we'll continue this. And Lin is buying time for his expo.
Yeah, and I would say he has bought enough time for his expo. Once the expansion finishes, if the Night Elf is knocking on your front door with 65 supply and scrolls, that's a dangerous proposition. But Foggy has only 54 at the moment. That is still stuck in production. That's more archers. And only, in quotes, 2 scrolls. That is, of course, noticeable. And the rings still not on the Alchemist. Foggy, please.
Okay, Lin clawing back into this series with a lot of confidence, apparently, and quite some balls here to go for that expo. Hero focus once more, but the Blade Master has an invo potion, and there's heal wave. This should be fine. Oh, Alchemist dead, and this time there's no Ankh.
Yeah, I think he tried to staff him, but in the purge there's this millisecond where you can't staff out, and that was the problem here. And I know I'm, I was meaning a little bit, but seriously, these rings should really be on the Alchemist. And with the rings, he probably would have been saved. And that level 3 hero loss is a huge deal. This slows down Foggy's momentum by so much.
Very expensive. Foggy also floating 1,000 gold for, I don't really know the reason. Tavern Revive, of course, but you want high numbers, you want the mass. Maybe he can't spend it at the moment, he was saving. Yeah, okay, for double heal scroll. But man, was he not ready for this push.
Yeah, this early game for Lin was shaky, but he's really stepping it up in the late game. It's exactly the opposite way around for Foggy. Early game was really good, but in the late game, he is kind of struggling. Alchemist bought back. He's got lots of scrolls now, but not much mana. Looking for perhaps a mana stone? But if this attack fails, Foggy loses. Almost 100%.
Yeah. Supply is even, which is always good for orcs. Bought heal wards and illu staff. Interesting choice to spend your money.
Can definitely help out a lot in these fights. So many archers, Jesus. Lin wants to fight out in the open and send the grunts into the back to pressure the archers with lightning shield ideally if he can. And there's not much Hunter's frontline to protect them.
Ooh, can he block this one with illusions? Maybe that was the plan all along. Shop gone, but the Shadow Hunter, he got the mana potion already. Acid Bomb hits decent, but not too much. 2 units were just melting, 3 units melting. And once again, he's diving deep for the Shaman in the back. And the archers are very much protected.
Yeah, good positioning here by Foggy. Especially the Wand of Illusion, working out really well. Heal scroll coming in on both sides. Foggy still seems to have more beef and more scrolls to stay in this fight. But now we have a nice lightning shield as well. Some archers will be going down. Blade Master not forced into the potion yet. Still has a heal potion as well. This guy could clean up now.
who needs to take care of these lightning shields, and there is Wisps missing for the detonate. Foggy, that heal scroll had sick value. It was also the last one. Alchemist looks like he has not much mana anymore. That is the final heal spray of this fight. Level 4 gives him a little bit of stats extra, takes out the raiders probably. Oh no, level 4 on the Blade Master, and that is Mirror Image, another great lightning shield carry.
You also have them get out of entangles which you don't have at the moment. The shop is coming up in the main once again. This Voodoo Lounge would be a huge addition right now. Foggy almost broke Lin, but perhaps it wasn't quite enough.
Oh man, the addition of lightning shields into this fight made all the difference in the world. Trying to hero focus now, but without disable and much acid bomb, it's really, really hard. Invo potion 7 seconds, and Lin, whew, he was not broken by this one. Lots of losses, so many corpses in this fight.
Oh my god, so many kills all of a sudden for Lin. He's climbing up in experience, 4.5 on the blade. If both Orc heroes reach level 5, this game is certainly over. Foggy doesn't have a tier 3 transition. He's stuck on tier 2. He needed to make this work, it failed. He's falling back, he invested so much. He bought heal wards, heal scrolls, protection scroll, wand of illusion, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah. Oh man. That fight at the marketplace and then the fight in Foggy's base. That was the turnaround for Lin, as we said, one good fight. And that saves you the expo. And yeah, that Blade Master got like 3/4 of a level in that last fight. It was crazy.
Finds a Ring of Regen here. Honestly, that's not too bad for him. It's all about sustain for him as well. And valuable experience. In the next big fight, it's almost guaranteed that we're gonna have level 5 Orc heroes being reached. I want to see Mirror Image too, Neo. Let's go!
Well, I think crit might be very good as well. Lin is pushing, maybe for the 1-0 with the heal scroll, with mana potions, always good inventory. And can Foggy hold this somehow?
It is a very good position for the Ukrainian here. Towards the right-hand side, fast reinforcements. The Ancient of War will be protecting his archers as well. He does have 2 scrolls.
A massive acid bomb, but there's 2 armor upgrades on these grunts. They're not melting. Feels like Foggy, as weird as it sounds, doesn't have the necessary damage as the Blade Master's just hacking and slaying away at this backline.
Getting entangled. Getting out with the Mirror Image. My favorite spell of the year, hands down. Heal Scroll comes in. Good healing here for Foggy. Blade Master in trouble again. Purge comes through though. And this bonus armor and HP regen on the Blade Master is really nice to have right now.
Oh yeah, he doesn't feel threatened at all. And here's level 5. Will he get crit, or is it indeed Mirror Image? It is crit. Big red numbers. Saving a lot of raiders. Keep them in distance for another ensnare, which is then likely to result into a kill. But now retreats. Okay, I did some good damage. I forced Foggy to use his resources, who was again floating 900 gold.
Yeah, and Lin also had a lot of gold right there. And around 70 supply, with lots of raiders and grunts and shaman and all that. I would really say that Orc is favored. If the Night Elf gets to tier 3 with triple hero, then it becomes a different story. But has Foggy tech to tier 3 in the meantime?
Oh.
The answer is no.
No, that hurts so much. Yeah, uneven supply, uneven tech. I would definitely agree. Okay, Foggy is getting ready. Mass archers, mass wisps, and Lin sees the movement perfectly.
And he's the first one to go into the main. Here we see the level 3 crit shown for the first time. 200 damage, not too bad. 5 raiders. If he controls them well, he's gonna have so much counter against this heal spray.
Needs to be quick, of course. Oh, there's no mana potion on Foggy. Hero focus. This seems a little desperate already.
And there we see the ensnares against the heal spray. This is the good late game counter. Once you're on 2 base, you can afford these mass raiders. They also don't take too much damage against the archers, I guess.
And this
lightning shield in the back, doing good damage. Grunt also finds his way in there. Blade Master no mana anymore, looking for the kill. Alchemist in trouble, Invo potion. We'll save him for now, but won't save Foggy this game.
No. That story is over. Towering 47 supply lead. Yeah, Treants and all. Oh, 2 crits in a row. Insane sword. It was a good decision to go for crit level 3 as Lin wins game number 1 and gets closer to the bronze medal.
Good game there by Lin. It took him a little bit to get into the game. The early certainly wasn't super polished. He ran into nowhere. He gave up the staff. He gave up level 3. He lost some grunts. He was slow with the Shadowhunter creeping. But in the end, when it comes down to the late game essentials, to the control, to the positioning, to the reading of the game, Lin is still amazing. And we see, transition-wise, Foggy isn't quite, on the same level in this matchup as he is in many others. I'm sure if he was playing against an Undead here or against a Night Elf, he would have known better what to do. He took a bit of a weird fight in the middle, lost the Alchemist too easily. And those rings, man. Those rings need to be on the Alchemist.
We keep telling people about that Alchemist low armor. That means very susceptible to physical damage. Blade Master does a lot of physical damage. Put the ring on him, but hey, there was a mistake there. Also, fighting this early, maybe not the time, but in hindsight, all 2020.
Yeah, and it's oftentimes the difficulty with Night Elf in this matchup. It's frowned upon by many orcs, saying, oh, it's so easy to micro hunt. And yeah, the micro there isn't the hardest thing, that's true, but you have to know exactly where to be, in what spot, at what time. When is your time to creep? When is your time to pressure? When should you be creep jacking? Where is the opponent? Where can I punish him? This is exactly where Moon comes in with his amazing game sense. And always seems to know the perfect thing to do. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of talent. As we mentioned earlier, especially in Europe, we don't have that many orc practice partners for Foggy. Very few orcs are seen there, especially on the top level. And that might be his Achilles heel. Also, moving into DreamHack, not to be forgotten.
We're gonna have, of course, Hitman, Focus, and So in there as orcs. Foggy not in a group with one of them. But yeah, especially Focus should be the threat in this matchup, at least. Focus actually one of the biggest threats to our top Europeans.
Absolutely. Agree. I think it's going to come down largely to Focus, how well Foggy and Happy will be doing, depending on how good Focus's shape is going to be, and of course also how the bracket is going to work out. It's going to be very exciting next week, how the groups and the playoffs will shape up. But here now we're going to go into map number 2. Lin with a 1-0 lead, moving to Concealed Hill. Okay,
is it time for the Lin patented mirror image first build? I was thinking of you so much when I saw that. I almost wanted to call you. Like, Remo, it's happening! It's happening! They're using mirror image first, but...
I wouldn't even have been mad if you woke me up. I'm like, bro, really? Mirror image? Let me come on!
And then the game disconnected and was ruled as a death window. It was a little disappointing. But yeah, Lin vs. Colorful was a cool series. Lin vs. Moon was an epic series. Seeing Lin vs. Night Elf is oftentimes very entertaining.
Yeah, he is the new figurehead for the orcs. Last year it was Fly, but Fly has kind of taken a step away from high-level competitive Warcraft. He's more of a streamer nowadays, KEKW.
Yeah.
Then this time, is he gonna go for the fast shop? Doesn't look like he is. Against, was against 15 Sway, I believe, in DreamHack when he played very aggressively here on this map, being hyper aggro with a blade right away, but doesn't seem to favor that style too much anymore. I feel like Night Elf should try to punish that by trying to creep super heavy and get that juicy level 3.
I haven't seen the first hero yet, but seeing the shop, it's definitely a blade, and it is. Blade Grunt opening once again, no fast hero experiments here on this map. Very one-sided map vetoes, right? We haven't seen many different maps. I'm waiting for Tide Hunters, Remo. I miss my genies.
Yeah, I think Lin probably with veto there. Doesn't love that map so much, so AZ plus Tidehunters veto seems to make sense from his perspective. And Equiles and Terranos vetoed for the Night Elf, right? So Concealed, Northern, and LR, I would say most likely.
Yeah.
With 3 maps.
Yeah, I agree. Foggy with the claws, Blade Master following this up with claws. That's good for both, and we're waiting for some big red numbers. Judging from the absence of illusions here, Remo, I think it is not mirror image first. I have to disappoint you.
That's a bit of a sag, but we're gonna have to live with it. The peon in the bottom, seeing the green camp without a keeper, so he knows the keeper must be somewhere else on his side, either at the Kobold green or at the Spider Crab green. Foggy going for the Kobold, getting that level 2 there. This also means Lin cannot creep the merchant because he knows the keeper is close by. Unless he wants to be daring. Oh, he is actually going for it. Okay, check the Spider Crab, saw nothing. And that means Foggy, once he gets level 2, could try to perhaps even kill this grunt. And he's coming over. But good timing. Item picked up by Lin, and it's great finds for him. Oh my goodness. He got the Wand of Illusion and Claws here as the first 2 items.
That's pretty excellent. Will he scout the expansion bottom right? Probably will. Question is just when will he arrive and how much damage can he do? Foggy, no staff yet. And it's not available, but should be soon. Wait, that's an AP here. And the grunt, dead.
Archer as well, but he's going to take that trade. Blade Master was hustling back with a speed scroll, but didn't see the AP.
Yeah, Lin not scouting for this.
Wand of Illusion. I don't think he's going to see it, though. This is a very predictable AP positioning. This is where we see it almost all the time. Has still the window to cancel the AP. Okay, now he sees it. Now he sees it.
Yeah, yes, he does. And there's the cancel. But you know, a couple of seconds. That's all time where Lin is not moving south. But yeah, with the grunt loss, that's quite a slap in the face early on. Hunter's transition finished.
Tier 2 tech not started yet, by the way. This is a really late Tier 2 for Foggy. Expansion and hunts and AP before Tier 2. This Alchemist is going to be very late to the party. Hopefully there's going to be some drinks left.
Hopefully the Blade Master... Oh, yeah, that's no staff, right? No. But he found the expansion bottom right. So he knows what's up. That has to be expected. Does he know about the tech timing? If yes, he can feel very comfortable now.
Keeper 2.8. I feel like the Keeper here needs level 3 and then keep some pressure on the Shadow Hunter. Otherwise, the Shadow Hunter is going to get a huge experience lead over the Alchemist. And over at the green, he could get it. Oh, if the Blade shows up here to prevent level 3, this would be huge.
Ooh, is he getting a staff? Yeah...
He would have to have a blind read, though. Then doesn't know where his opponent is. He's checking, he's looking.
What's this Hunter's doing? Okay, just scouting a little bit. Ilu checks the wrong spot. Creeps up. It's getting Blade pretty close to 3. Good usage of the illusions again.
Like, man, there's a ton of mana here. Got like bonus 7 intelligence from these drops. That's nice.
Now he sees the creep timing and he got Windwalk level 2. That's a big backstab. Oh man, this is a rough creep for Fog. It's only 3 units.
You can spam Windwalk here if he wants and go for the Huntresses maybe. Or go for the Keeper. This is some serious damage. I love this Windwalk choice at that point. I'm normally not a big fan, but here with so much mana, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, the Entangle catches him right before he goes into Windwalk, so all the creeps go Foggy's way.
Yeah, he could have gotten the 1 creep right there, but didn't decide to go for it. But he can keep pressure on the Keeper. How much juice is there in the Moonwells is the question.
That is a good question. It's nighttime for a little bit more, so if he uses all of that now, he can't use it later, obviously. Once again, knowledge bombs dropped. You're welcome. Shadowhunter's finding some time to creep, and Lin doesn't feel like in a rush at all.
with a level 2 Windwalk here, you can, of course, scout excellently. Alchemist second is coming in. Foggy's looking for some damage. We'll have to kill some grunts. Ideally, the Shadowhunter. Oh, but look at the game sensibility. He places the Serpent board forward, just trying to see, are you coming? Do I have to scout for you? Oh, there you are. Alright, bro. That means I'm gonna go for your Entangled.
Should be in time. Both have the staffs. Love it when they react to each other. Is it still enough? And this blade looks pretty crazy already, even though only level 3. Wyvern for more vision and creep speed. We see this quite a bit on this map.
Yeah, Lynn the first to really start doing this all the time. Looks really nice. You know, Neil, I must say though, I feel a bit saddened because with his Windwalk level 2, the chances of seeing mirror image this game have drastically reduced.
Yes, that's very true. If you need to be comforted, if you need a hug, if you need a call later, just let me know. I'll be there for you.
I don't need that, I just need mirror image.
We can create a custom game and spam mirror image with 7 Blade Masters, Remo. How about that?
Dude, I used to love that in the past. 7 Blade Masters, that was my jam. 7 Blade Masters, 7 Illidan's. Or 7... Was it called 7 Illidan's or 7 Demoners? I don't know. That was always really cool. The 7 Dreadlords was kind of like meh. Seemed like a cheap knockoff.
So what's Lynn's plan? Is it a counter expansion or is it a push? He's gonna be distracted by Foggy here. Not fighting over this Overseer, despite no hex.
Pendant of Energy, great find. Mana given over to the Shadowhunter, suddenly 430 pool, very good. I like this early raider. With Ensnare plus Wyvern plus Serpent Ward, these hunts can be picked off very quickly.
So, Pendant of Energy, very nice indeed. Speed scroll ready. Regen up. But Foggy has a lot of vision on the map. He should know what's up. Seeing that creep spot upper left should indicate an expansion. But this time he has to crack it.
He's looking for the catch. Raider with the Ensnare. Ready to net the opponent, just like the gladiators back in the day with a trident.
And the net, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That was also in Conceal. We were talking about that.
That could be your painting for X-Lord. Just paint him as a gladiator with a trident and a net.
Dude, I don't think I can dare to do like a portrait kind of style. You're never gonna tell that it's him.
Dude, you know, when I draw people, their arms look kind of like tridents, you know? A stick, 3 things as fingers.
I know that kind of artistic style. I'm
Yes.
quite familiar with that myself.
Yeah, I'm very on the minimalistic side of things, you know?
Yeah, you know. Abstraction, that's our jam. I know.
Foggy creeping a red spot will not be jacked here. Stat item not be stolen.
Oh, is that Clothalos? Oh no. If he had gotten that, that would be sick.
Belt. Belt could be nice for the Alchemist. More HP. Plus more damage. He's already quite a tank.
Yeah, he's got tons of health. Could once again use a bit of Ring of Protection, but this time he didn't actually find any. Shadowhunter getting big experience here as well. It's gonna be level 4 for him. This might be level 4, which would be huge.
Oh. This item, what is it? Oh, Sobi
Oh
Mask
my
Pendant of
God.
Energy at the mantle! This is the
Jesus
happiest Shadowhunter I've seen in a while.
Let's not forget he also had Wand of Illusion this game.
He
This
had
is
Wand of
actually
Illusion.
perfect drops for Lin from beginning to end.
It is pretty good indeed. Double heal scroll, protection scroll for Foggy, 60 supply. Is that enough already to threaten Lin? Or do you need more time? But if there's more time for the Orc, then he's getting a big army as well. I think he's just waiting for the Stronghold to finish and then get up to 60.
Alright. Ogre Lord. If we follow the trend, this is gonna be Catgus Pipe.
Riptide is asking if I'm also the one that drew the new mouse logo.
Yep. That awesome new logo. It was a Helm of Valor, by the way. Not the best drop there, but still really good for the blade.
And we have ourselves a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Protection scroll, but the lightning shield this time a lot sooner. But Foggy has wisps here, could detonate if he wants to. Then gets rid of the scroll of protection. That's a little downside. Double-edged sword to dispel against that lightning shield. So very good choice by Lin to do that. Invo potion, Blade Master is saved. Heal wave level 2. Oh man, Lin seems a bit ready. But the supply is not looking that great, to be honest.
1,100 gold for Lin, falling back to the fountain. And now always the weird choice. Are you going to attack the fountain or not? Do you have enough power? Do you have enough steam? The mana is the issue here for Foggy. He's got hardly any spells left.
It's nighttime. There might be moon juice remaining. But yeah, I like that Foggy is fixing one of the biggest mistakes of map 1, and that is constantly bringing wisps. Lin sees this threat of Dispel and trying to focus that. Also a nice reaction to the reaction.
Lightning shield in the back, quickly dispelled this time, but still some hunts in trouble. Just the target fire, the managing of this army, just so insane by Lin. He always does this so wonderfully. Blade Master was dropping low, not even forced into the invul, just walking it off. What did he get there? 3 kills for 1?
Yep,
or
the supply is even now.
He lost like barely
army numbers, same
just
level, and Foggy just a minute ago had a 15 supply lead. Not anymore though.
That Invader still being alive is kind of outrageous as well. Awesome positioning.
Lost it there for a second, buddy, but I'm back.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, we have another fight around the tavern. This time closer to Foggy's base, but Lin seems so confident, and why not? He has all the consumables in the world. Foggy has to use his consumables already. Mana for the Shadow Hunter's looking good as well. Boom, level 4, healed up again. Might be forced into an invul soon, but just hacking and slaying away at the super tanky Alchemist, who's still missing more armor. Invul potion on both the heroes now. 180 critical strike.
Blade Master might finally be falling, but not quite yet. The Purge is there, the heals as well. So many heals. Indeed, even without mirror image. This seems to be working out quite well. Foggy has to TP out. Oh my god, how much does he have left? 51 supply. Big yikes.
The perfect number, of course. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he had a big bank, but he doesn't. And he needs items, and he needs units. And Lin has an expansion up himself. Can now easily go to the fountain, heal up, and continue to contest.
Yeah, in this kind of back and forth trading kind of game on 2-base, it's really good for Orc in the late game, if you get to this stage. Also, there's a big benefit of taking a fight across the map. You can take a fight there and then fall back to the fountain. Whereas if you're being just completely defensive next to your expansion, you can't do that. More heal scrolls, more invulns. And then it's ready to party again at the moment.
Yeah, I think he wants to get done with this. Bronze medal around his neck. Why not? No blockers at all anymore for Foggy. It's just pure archers. And poor Witch Doctor. Poor Witch Doctor. He got a nice sentry ward out though. Sees, okay, my opponent's on the other side of the map. Let's push.
Might be a question here. Is he researching pillage right now? I think he's got it already. Yeah, he's got it already. Lin, what a player. Even has the pillage ready.
The only orc in the world who researches pillage before going for the attack and not in the midst of it or after it. And yeah, that tree is toast, Remo Demo.
He's going for the TP as well. He knows he can just TP home and defend. He's feeling very confident in his late game execution with this army, and rightfully so. Into the middle of everything. Cameraman also surprised. Where are they? There they are.
You know, capturing live sports is quite a tough task, you know. Never know what's gonna happen. Well, in this case, we might know that Lin is winning this fight, but so far, it's not going too bad. But what? Invo post on the Blade Master already? Interesting.
That was a bit of a misclick. So fast with the purge. Man, he saw that entangle coming a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since he doesn't have mirror image, he doesn't have that safety. The keeper may not have any safety either. Oh, last second Invo potion. Level 3 heal spray. So strong right here for healing everything up. Perfect mix of all units for Lin. He's played a great game here. He couldn't defeat Lawlight earlier, but he's definitely outclassing Foggy here in the third place match. GG. Third place for Lin and Foggy in fourth.
A little unfortunate for Foggy that this ends his amazing tournament. Not the real display of skill that he has. If you're playing a Chinese tournament, you play on Chinese server from Europe, and he was still able to make it into the top 4, unlike a Moon or a Chemico or a Focus or, you know, a Colorful Fortitude. That was pretty strong, especially given the fact that the group stage was round robin and he had to fight through 5 opponents to get here. Foggy can be proud of himself, but Lin third place. He's just a pretty good player. And we now move on to the best of 5 grand final. Lawlight, one step away from his first tier 1 title ever against 1-0.
It's going to be a great clash of 2 giants once again. It's going to be a great best of 5. Hopefully we're going to have all 5 maps for this one. Probably going to have a short break before. Foggy, I also think he can be proud of his run here. Fourth place here next. First place just a little while ago in the Warcraft Champions Finals. But something is starting to crystallize itself, and that's that he has to work on his matchup against ORC. If he's facing Soen or especially Focus in the playoffs of DreamHack, that might be a problem for him. He may have to work on that here in the next week.
Yeah, maybe find some practice partners. You know, if he has the time, then Foggy will definitely do it. But I guess his priority will be, should be on that. Yeah, with Focus there. Not too bad. Alright then, grand final time. Lawlight versus 1-0. They know each other inside out. They've been in a clan before. They were practice partners for a while. Is Lawlight getting nervous now? Is the question. 1-0 in most of the tournaments this year. He's looking tremendous. He's oftentimes in the top 3. He won a lot of the tier 2 tournaments. WGL wasn't really his. But apart from that, he is a beast. And Lawlight, how good is he versus Undead? The question here. This is a $16,500 tournament that is incredibly top heavy. So almost half of that goes to the winner. $3,000 still for the runner-up. So 10 out of $15,000 to the top 2, Remo.
As the Chinese love to do it. 1-0 certainly seems to be going into this one as the favorite, but Lawlight has shown before that he can look very, very strong as well. And wants to head into DreamHack with a little bit of a high, a little bit of a momentum boost. You think that's going to be more valuable? Or a little bit of a confidence, nick to the bone to try to get your work spirit in order again?
Good question. I think it could make Lawlight less nervous prior to DreamHack that he finally gets this big tournament win. I mean, he has won tournaments before, but not this scale, really. And that could take some pressure off him, that he finally proved himself. That he's able to win grand finals as well.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. Whether he wins the whole event in the end or not, as I'm sure you would love to see for DreamHack, I just hope that he's going to be able to perform like really well. Like his best or close to best. At least make it out of the groups. You know, at least top 8, maybe top 4. And that he doesn't disappoint himself with his performance. We saw that before in the DreamHack regional finals earlier this year, where he went into the tournament as one of the big favorites with the great results he had before. and then didn't even make it out of the groups. Here he certainly did. He made it out of the groups in impressive fashion, made it into the finals in just that same fashion, dropping a few maps on the way here. But now, with a big chance for the big prize money to buy more tickets for K-pop concerts. But do they still have those? I'm not sure.
At least they will probably have some virtual concerts, right? They find ways to milk their fans. That is 100% sure. We go into a break. We're not 100% sure how long this break is gonna be. My guess is 10 minutes. This will be revealed in 10 seconds, and we will not let you go before we know how long the break is. But yeah, I think it should be 10 minutes. And the answer... Oh, yeah, they have to play the intermediate intro video thing. I forgot about that.
Was a nice little highlight there at the end. Blade Master crit 280. That's how you love to finish a game as an orc.
No talents, no win. Well. Okay, countdown is exactly 10 minutes 45 seconds, so we are back in 5. Then we answer some questions that you might have, and then we cast the grand final. See you in a bit.